I would like to hear your thoughts, because you took to Twitter, expressed your opinion, and you've spoken about it.
In my opinion, what I wanted to say was the incident that you talked about. That is what was going on in the morning news, and when I saw it, I was deeply disturbed. So that's when I took to Twitter. What I look at it, how I look at it is that first the Supreme Court made it mandatory that you will have the national anthem playing before every movie, and then they said that standing up is not compulsory, like it's an option. So what I feel is that if you feel that the first order was not right, then why not just scrap it completely? That why make it mandatory before every movie? And to some extent, the context of playing a national anthem should inspire and motivate people. You know, playing national anthem before comedy movies, or it just doesn't feel right.
What does the national anthem mean to you?
Like any other athlete, I think national anthem means a lot to us. It's not just the national anthem, the flag, the country, the people that we represent. It's always a great honor. It's our identity, like Mary Kom said, and I feel it because I've seen the athletes in 2016 Olympics. There were a lot of athletes who were refugees at that time, and they had to play under the IOC flag. And it is very easy for you and I to sit and decide if we will get up for the national anthem or not get up for the national anthem. Imagine if you and I were left like refugees, you know, no nation to identify us as our own. How would we feel at that time? You know, we are having very comfortable lives. You know, we have a country, a nation, a home to go to, and I have seen the plight of those athletes, and they felt without identity. What are we playing for?
Do you believe that people sometimes tend to take this freedom, the fact that these symbols give us our identity, they make us who we are, and give us a position and a stature in society and the world? Do people tend to forget this, Hina?
Absolutely. I think with the way world is going, we have examples right in front of us with the refugees trying to find a place to live, a country to accept them. We are here thinking, oh, do we want to get up for the national anthem? I mean, there should be no debate on this. If you are playing national anthem, you should get up for it. I don't expect anybody to get out of their car and stand on the road if I start playing national anthem by the roadside. There has to be a context of playing it, a need to play it, so that the people feel motivated and inspired, and they don't feel as if we are pushing them out of their comfort zone. But having said that, even if it's playing, there is no way that one can say that it's optional, and this is coming from Supreme Court.
Well, Hina Sidhu spoke a lot more, but we have paucity of time, and we also have three voices joining us on this broadcast. So let's ask them and understand from them. Shazia Elmi, good evening. Mr. Sunil Chopra, good evening. Atul Vasan, good evening. Atul Vasan, do you identify with that feeling? We'll try and see if I can go across to Atul Vasan. Atul, can you hear me? I'm just going to check that. Can you hear me, Atul?
Yes, I can. Yes.
I was just wanting to confirm that. Now, you understand what sportspersons feel, and MC Mary Kom, Yogeshwar Dutt, and even Hina Sidhu said the same thing. If there is an order, follow it. If there is no order, still stand up for the national anthem. Any national anthem for that matter. There is no dignity, no grace in disrespecting it.
Yes, yeah. Yes. Well, you're right, actually. And if you just take a viewpoint of a sportsman, I mean, nobody will say otherwise at all, because, you know, we know the feeling of playing for the country, playing for the flag, you know, and it might be tokenism for few people, but once you know, there is a certain dignity attached to national anthem, people have to follow. I think if this is the your way of showing defiance, you know, then shame on you. And you know, we have seen flags being burnt in Srinagar and all. And actually, we are too tolerant a country. You know, China has got severe laws. You can be put in prison if you disrespect. I think certain laws, when you disrespect the flag and all, should be implemented for national anthem as well. I think it's just not that you don't have a choice for it. Because if you see people, and people might just find this as a way to defy the governance, or to defy the incumbent government, or whatever the feeling they might have. They might have some you know, issues with the systems and all, and they can show it in a way by disrespecting national anthem. It should not be let aside, and I think there should be laws safeguarding the dignity of the national anthem.
Well, Azhar, I'll come back to you after I just get the opening thoughts from Shazia Almi and Sunit Chopra. Shazia Almi, where does the government stand on this? Do you want to make it an imposition? Are you going to bring in a law? Because the courts want you to decide.
No, I don't think there needs to be any imposition. There is absolute clarity on the subject. There cannot be any ambiguity. I mean, only somebody really very deceitful and crafty would want not to stand up for the national anthem. I think it just goes, you know, with the territory. As an Indian citizen, it's almost like a reflex action, you know. When you hear Janagan Man, you want to get up. It's like somebody senior or elder, somebody you respect comes into the room, you get up. It's a very basic, it's not even a courtesy. It is something so inbuilt and ingrained in your own psyche that you want to do it. Why should anybody want to impose it? But those who question it are indeed questionable in their attitude towards the country, towards that basic duty as a citizen. And I question those who question this, because this indeed is questionable behavior as to why you would want to get up for your motherland, for your national anthem. It's something so basic. So like I said, it's like a social reflex that you want to get up the minute you hear. Why would you want to be lazy about it? And as for comedies and other kind of, you know, somebody mentioned this earlier. What is the harm in any public space whenever there is a congregation for us to get up for the national anthem, and for all those healthy-bodied people who can get up? Of course, I understand if somebody is in a wheelchair or is unable to do so, but to get up once and reorient yourself, or get the perspective of yourself being an Indian citizen, and get on with anything you want to do. It is such a wonderful thing to do, which people do all over the world. It's only in India that you'll have some people questioning it.
Well, they say Vinod Gupta is watching the broadcast right now, Mr. Sunit Chopra, and says on involve.in, if any citizen does not respect the national anthem and refuses to stand up, then they should be penalized. Now, I asked Hina this question, and I'm asking you this. There are many who believe just because I don't stand up for the national anthem does not make me any less patriotic towards my country. How can you judge my patriotism just because I don't stand up for it? And she had a very good answer for it. She said, by not standing, you might not be any less patriotic, but you're allowing those who want to defy, who want to disrespect your country and your national symbol a leeway. You're giving them a chance to do what they want to. Why do you want to give that chance? If you're truly a patriot, you will not allow anybody that chance. Sunit Chopra, where do you stand on that?
You see, the first thing is that if you are a patriot, a national anthem does not have to be imposed on you. You would, as Ms. Ilmi said, you would stand up on your own. But the question is where? I think Ms. Sidhu was very clear about the context. And she said that sportsmen who play for the country also stand up for the national anthem. You can't go to a cinema and you're eating ice cream and, you know, you're eating chips and all of a sudden you have to get up for the national anthem. That's nonsense. You don't make your national anthem cheap. You have to ensure that that inner respect is awakened in the situation in which you play the national anthem. It is to do with the situation. As in a democratic society, you have every right to protest. If you feel that, like those American athletes did, they did not stand up. Then you take the punishment as a part of the result of what you have done. You have resisted.
No, but
you've been
sir,
punished.
that's where I disagree
But
with
to
you.
make your national anthem a joke
I disagree
is
with you with the
disgraceful.
fact that we...
I think
I
it's
also disagree with
disgraceful
you,
I
sir.
disagree
to
with
make
the
your
fact that
national
you
anthem
say
a
that it's
joke
okay
so
to
that
disrespect the
people
national
feel
anthem
it's an
and get punished
imposition.
for it. Because we don't punish, we don't discipline, and there is no law right now which
Well-
severely punishes somebody for disrespecting the national anthem. You have, you can book them under IPC 519 and maximum of 3 years imprisonment.
You
But
can
then-
have a law,
But then
the
what
point
will
is,
happen is the moment that
people
happens,
will not obey the
there will
laws
be
they
others
don't
who will
want
come
to,
out and cry foul and
irrespective of
start playing
punishment.
politics. I'm
And
saying,
your nation
sir,
will
I'm saying,
lose its dignity
I'm saying,
in
sir,
the process.
no,
and
sir,
I don't want
you
my
can't-
country
sir,
to lose its dignity.
let Atul
I
Vasan
think
opine
people
on
can
this.
put
Where do you
off
stand on
eating
this?
ice
I'll come to you,
cream
Shazia, in just a
popcorn
bit.
and
Let
all
Atul
that.
Vasan opine and then I'll come to you,
I think they
Shazia.
are, I think you know, okay. You know, I think I disagree because he's confusing the matter, Mr. Chopra. It's not about where national anthem should be played. I think we had a debate few days ago, and when we had diversified views, that I also agree at times that this enforcement of national anthem in movie theaters is a bit too much. You know, it's just because people are not in that moment, you know, where they are, you know, and it's imposition. But in a way, you know, we might be at a junction where our country needs this kind of a nudge, you know. No, every school in the country plays, you know. I mean, these idiots who are sitting there making mockery of it must have gone to a school, but it depends on your background, you know. It's just a natural reaction when elders enter the room, you stand up. When ladies are standing, you open the door. These are, you know, ethos which a family gives to you, a good education gives to you. Probably these people who actually don't have that kind of intellect, who don't actually, or either they're trying to defy. You know, we have gone through phases in India where extreme leftists and people
They are
Hindustan tere tukde honge,
It's very
inshallah,
clear.
and all those
defying.
things are going on. And if we are tolerant, you know, this is going to increase in all, you know. So yes, you know, so we have to actually maybe it's right
The
to actually
more you
show people
I have
this
very-
is
the
right,
more it
and
will
this is the kind of
increase.
tokenism which might be needed, might be the need of the hour.
But yes, yes, Shazia Almi. I'm just reading out some of them saying national
I
flag
don't
and
think
anthem
it's the
close to
need
my
of the
heart like a
hour.
mother flag and
Yes,
a
I agree
lorry,
with-
Sunil
I agree
Malani
with
says.
Atul Vasan.
But there are other Shazia who turn around and say that perhaps what we are seeing right now is dissent against something else. It is people who believe that they are being abused, cornered for no rhyme or reason, and they're taking it out on the national anthem and the national flag. Although it's wrong, but that's their outlook. Now, can there be a justification for that? How would you come to that?
That is wrong, and let's not confuse the issues. No. See, I really feel that it should not be used. First of all, I'm against violence, and nobody has the right to take law in their own hands. So if somebody has done it, it is absolutely wrong, and I condemn it. So nobody has the right to feel they're more virtuous than the other or more patriotic than the other. They can feel that, but they cannot use words or actions to misbehave with somebody. That is the job of law. And as again a good citizen who believes in standing up and having a national anthem play out, I also subscribe to the belief that the law and order machinery is apt and should be resorted to in times of confusion.
No,
and
I'll tell you
individual
what.
should
See,
pick up arms or throw shoes or whatever to express.
There is
So that's
Shazia,
one thing.
Shazia,
But my
Shazia, I have
contention
limited
is
time.
Every time you
Shazia, I have limited time. I'm sorry, I just have a minute more, 30 seconds more, so I just want to bring
You know,
this
we
point
saw
up
what
from a
happened in
viewer.
JNU.
And she's a regular viewer, and she has come out and said that I, being a Muslim, called names, termed as a lot of things which I can't read out, called anti-national, mistress of dash dash dash, Pakistani, has lost interest in the national anthem. What would you tell people who are expressing this sentiment? And this is a concern. This is not right. They are misled. It's a wrong impression. And you can't take it out on your national flag and on your national anthem. But how do you respond to
They're
that?
misled, they're misguided, and they're not good citizens. If they cared for the country, they would not do this to any of its citizens. If you care for national anthem, you care for India, you must care for all Indian citizens, be it Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs alike.
Can I say something?
Well, I hope the message has gone across. You don't disrespect your country. You can have a problem, you can turn around, but burning the national flag, abusing the national flag, disrespecting the national anthem, that's not the answer. Because people put a lot of weight, and it means a lot to a lot of people. It's our identity. Let's not question our identity. Let's not abuse our identity. Let's not disrespect our identity. Atul Vasan, Sunit Chopra, Shazia Almi.
So let's
Thank
not
you.
make it cheap.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's not-
Thank you.